Perfect. Hi guys, this is George from DoraHacks, and welcome to the Understanding Hypersign and Dojima Network Technology Stacks workshop, which is a part of the DiD hackathon, which is currently underway. Today's episode will be hosted by Anna, lead blockchain developer at Hypersign, and Uday, senior engineer at Dojima Network. The workshop today that we're going to host for you will consist of Uday and Anab explaining the usage of their tech stacks, how it can be used to build functional products around the use cases, and answer any questions from the participants in the hackathon. At DoraHacks, we are very proud to host this workshop with the Hypersign and Dojima Network teams to give both of our communities some insight and know-hows into the Web3 space, touching on obviously various different topics like today's. So DoraHacks is also supporting Hypersign and Dojima Network on their latest hackathon, which is currently live on DoraHacks.io. There is still a little bit of time to submit your projects and win a share of the prize pool, and also Quill audit credits, who are also a partner of this hackathon. So hopefully today is helpful for all the developers building in this hackathon, and also just in general for all of the developer community watching. So for anyone in the YouTube or Binance live chat rooms, please feel free to ask any questions as we go, and then I'll be able to ask these at the end to the guys. So without further ado, let's welcome Vishay and Uday to the, sorry, not Vishay, Harnab and Uday to the workshop. Thanks for joining us today, guys.
Yeah, thanks, George. It's a pleasure.
Feel free to present and get started, I guess.
Okay, so I think I'll go first. Let me just share my screen. All right, so hey everyone, and I really hope you all are doing well and you are building great projects, and which we'll really look forward to. So today I will be representing Hypersign, and I will be giving you a briefer on the tech stack that is what we have built on Hypersign. And yes, and let's get started then. So what you're seeing right now is the tech stack that we are currently using at Hypersign. So at the bottom of the tech stack, we have the Hypersign identity blockchain, which is basically a decentralized registry of storing decentralized identity, schema, and revocation registry. DID's schema and registry form the essential elements of the self-sovereign identity pyramid. And on top of that, we have Hypersign SSI SDK. So Hypersign SSI SDK makes it pretty much a lot easier to interact with the blockchain network, and also helps developers integrate the features and functionality in the decentralized applications as well. Uh, Hypersign SSI SDK is primarily written in JavaScript. Now, on top of it, we have Hypersign APIs. Now, Hypersign APIs actually utilizes SDK and provides you all the necessary features which is provided by Hypersign Identity Blockchain by default. Uh, the advantage of using SSI APIs is that you can essentially use it, and you don't need to know any TypeScript or any knowledge to actually consume these APIs. Besides the Hypersign SSI APIs, we have Hypersign Encrypted Data Vault. To summarize what it is essentially an encrypted way to store a lot of data, such as credentials, in a very encrypted manner. Now we won't touch base much on EDV right now since it's in developmental stage. So the focus should be much more on SSI and SSI APIs and SSI SDK. Now, utilizing SSI APIs and SSI SDK, there are certain, we have built a application named Hypersign Entity Studio, SSI Studio, which is basically acts as a uh, demo for anyone who wants to understand the concept of SSI, and it's really a great tool for that. Now, this is what we visualize. Like every dApp from every ecosystem, and it doesn't matter if it's Ethereum, Cosmos, to be able to use our blockchain regardless. So that's why we have provided the support for Kepler and MetaMask. Along with Kepler and MetaMask, we have also built Hypersign Identity Wallet. Hypersign Identity Wallet extends the capabilities of a normal blockchain wallet and provides you SSI features packaged right in the application. Now, Hypersign Identity blockchain doesn't necessarily acts as a isolated blockchain, but rather it utilizes something called as interchain blockchain protocol. Now, interchain blockchain protocol is really powerful because it lets Hypersign blockchain connect with any other blockchain which is part of the Cosmos ecosystem. So essentially, you have the opportunity to interact through IBC to various blockchains and utilize their features as well. And we also see this as an opportunity to also provide SSI related features and extend the capability just beyond Hypersign Identity blockchain. On the right side, you can see there is also Axler, which is what something we have really not worked on yet, but something that we are in the process of. We are still in the thinking process of how to use it, but Axler will essentially let Hypersign blockchain, which is built on Cosmos SDK, to interact with other non-Cosmos based blockchains such as Ethereum and Polygon and Binance Smart Chains. So this was a briefer on the tech stack. Now, as I mentioned that we have provided support for Kepler and MetaMask currently. So we now Kepler, as many of you would know, is quite native to Cosmos SDK based blockchains. But we thought that why should we only restrict to Kepler? So our goal is basically to extend beyond Kepler and eventually give support to every other blockchain wallet address that there blockchain wallets that there is. So currently we have Kepler and MetaMask on our chains as the supported wallets. But as we go further, we will also be integrating other wallets from other blockchain ecosystems as well. So this is the multi-chain SSI infrastructure which Hypersign provides. Now I will be going over through a brief from the documentation about the documentation, and I will be sharing or rather showing you where you can basically find resources related to APIs as well as SDK. So when it comes to interaction, you can actually either use the SDK or you can use the API. So before even going to the SSI and SDK and APIs, I would like to center your attention towards Entity Studio. So Entity Studio, as I mentioned in the first slide, is a dApp which is built on top of Hypersign, which utilizes SSI SDK through which you can perform basic SSI related operations. Now, if you want to actually know more about SSI, and if SSI is a bit new to you, you can basically go to Entity Studio dashboard and play through all the functionality of SSI. So you can find the link to the documentation which is here, and just go to this link and you can follow the instructions. There's also a great video on Entity Studio right here, which you can actually watch, and this will give you a bit detailed explanation of how you can perform all the self-sovereign identity related operations on Entity Studio. Now, if you want to look at the SSI SDK documentation, you can head over to here, and as you can see, we have support for all the SSI related elements such as DiD, schema, credential, and SDK presentation. But since now, if you don't want to use SDK, maybe because consuming API is a bit more feasible for you, so you can head over to the API documentation, which is present here as the API reference. Any on-chain transactions will incur some cost. So if you want to perform anything on-chain, any transactions, for that you would require a faucet, which will be able to fund your Kepler wallet with some tokens. So for that, you can head over here and you can get info about how you can actually utilize our faucet to get some fees, so that you can perform any sort of transactions. So this is all about the stack that we have so far. And if you have any doubts, please uh, you can comment your questions in this chat, or you can also reach out to us on our Discord server. We have the dedicated channels related to the hackathon, and we will be more than happy to help you guys. So yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnab. Let me share my screen. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So developers who are deploying their smart contracts on top of Dojima, you can at first you just need to go through the Dojima hackathon main GitHub repo. There you can see the steps how to deploy their smart contracts on top of Dojima. In this, I will be showing a brief view how to deploy their smart contracts, and you can just go through this. You can just clone this repo either by using HTTPS or SSH. And once you clone the repo, you can move on to the README file. Here, there are simple basic steps how you need to deploy your contract. Uh, at first, you need to make use of, install all the dependencies, and in the second step, you need to run this command. You need to have a basic idea about truffle, how to make use of it, so that you can go easily through these steps. Uh, These are the basic example smart contracts which we have written for a better understanding. You can make use of your own Solidity contracts and deploy using that. And once the second step, the compiling contracts was done, you need to run the test blockchain script. So yeah, it's listening on this currently this port. So after that, you need to run truffle migrate. So it runs all the contracts which we have make use of, and it will show the contract address and everything. You can also see these contracts in the main Dojima network uh, explorer. So as you can see, you can just copy the contract address over here and just give it. Okay. So if you go to these things, these transactions were done earlier. So the contract is deployed on the Dojima chain, and you can deploy these contracts on the Dojima chain once you run this command. So okay, I think the faucet is empty. So you need to first add testnet Dojima tokens for this particular address, whatever you are making use of. And you can go through this wallet in the main Dojima network, and you can just go over there and provide the particular account. Since I'm already having the seed phrase, I'll be making use of that. This is just for testing purpose. So once you go to the dashboard view, here you can see the wallet option, and once you click on faucet, you can go to that page. Just let me copy this address. So once you go to faucet, you can go to the Dojima token, and you can select that and make use of your address, and you will be getting the token, one Dojima token. Once you get the faucet, you will be able to uh, deploy these contract whatever you are using. And also there is one more thing you need to do is before running these commands, you need to provide your seed phrase inside this truffle config file so that it will be making use of your account. So these are the simple steps that you need to follow to deploy on top of Dojima Hackathon. And as you can see, this is the wallet which we are providing for testnet. So you can go through these options, various options what you are having. Like, we are providing faucet for testing all the chains which we are supporting over here, and also we are also providing a swap functionality where you can swap one token to the other token. As you can see here so right now here we are providing Ethereum and Polkadot. You can also change different tokens if you provide some input. Right now for testnet purpose, we are limiting the tokens which we are providing. So for Ethereum, we are providing max limit of tokens is 0.2. So here we'll be getting how much of token you'll be getting. If you are transfer from Ethereum to Polkadot, if you swap 0.02 amount of Ethereum tokens, you'll be getting this amount of Polkadot, and you need to provide the address to which you are trying to swap. Right now, if I make use of my own address, and it will be, it will show the review option. And once you click on confirm, the swap functionality will be starting. Right away, it will not complete everything. So it's in pending state. Once you click on this link, you'll be navigated to the Blog Explorer page where the transaction status can be tracked. Right now, it's still in pending state, so it doesn't show the data. You need to track this thing, and there are some options which we are yet to provide. It's still in testing phase. So once the testing is done, we'll be deploying into the main page. And in Dojima, we are also providing a extension option. Right now, it's still in testing phase, but this is the main overview how it will be once it gets deployed. Here also, we are providing all the transfer functionality and swapping, faucet activities is like the transaction history of their particular tokens. All this functionality will be provided, as you can see here. The same functionality as wallet. We'll be providing the faucet and swap functionality is also there. This is still in testing phase. So once it is done, we'll be deploying in the coming days. And so that's it about Dojima hackathon. And if you are having any doubts or issues, you can reach out to us in Discord or Telegram, whatever is fine with you. Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. Thanks for sharing that insight with us. So, if in terms of if you're a developer, right, and you want to get some further information or further support, what channels can they come and see the developer like files and documents on? Can they reach out? Besides reaching out, can they come onto your websites and is there a page that has all of the developer resources available?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Okay. Correct.
Yeah, I think DoraHacks did hack page has all the necessary information. Like if
Mhm.
someone goes to the developer resource tab, they can find all the relevant links, which is what such as for SDKs, Hypersign SDKs for Dojima as well. So all they have to do is you can head over to the developer resources tab and they can gather all the information that they need. And for any more information, we have our Discord and Telegram channels. Then that you participants can reach out to us there as well.
Perfect, beautiful. And in terms of obviously you guys have seen some of the submissions already in the hackathon, but in terms of what you guys want to see being developed and what you think developers should be focusing on. I mean, what do you think is the hot topics now at the moment?
I think one of the hot topics is definitely identity, and it is quite much more needed in the space of SSI, where in Web3, because tying identity to Web3 with real world will ensure regulations to be enacted in a very sophisticated manner. Right now, it's pretty haywire right now in the Web3 world. So I think SSI and decentralized identity will play a crucial role in this case. And it's not just limited to SSI identity itself. It could be used and utilized in everywhere, such as decentralized finance, gaming, and and because of which we also have mentioned all those tracks in our DoraHacks page as well.
Amazing. Perfect. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining us today, and a very special thank you to you, Anab and Uday, for sharing the really valuable insight into the the usage of your tech stacks and how to build functional working products as a part of this hackathon. And we really do appreciate your time and efforts. And thanks again for bringing us this workshop. For the audience and the developers, as I mentioned previously, the DiD hackathon is still underway on our platform at DoraHacks.io, and it ends in approximately 13 days' time. So please do make sure that you get your submissions in. And if you do have any questions, please make sure to reach out to the Hypersign team, Dojima team, or the DoraHacks team, and we're happy to support you guys and help you get the submissions in. There are obviously the great prizes to be won, and the opportunity to have some cool audit credits as well. So there's great opportunities for the developers. On DoraHacks, we do have a range of sessions like today's coming up in the future. So if you haven't already, please do make sure you follow us on YouTube, Finance Lives, Twitter, and join our Discord channel to stay up to date with all of the hackathons and everything that's going on our platform. So thanks again, guys, and we'll see you again soon.
Thanks, George. Yeah.
Thanks, Yastad.